Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode here on the TCG Party Podcast. Here with me, of course, we got Yeovani, but he has come back from the dead. We've searched and scoured for him during the COVID. It was very
Return of the
difficult. It was
zombie.
very drastic, and God, he smells, but it's great to have him back. Ladies and gentlemen, Noel has returned. How you been, Noel? It's been a while.
I've been better. COVID sucks.
What is the fate of Utah during the time right now in 2021?
Oh, like it never happened, but it still sucks.
Okay, have you guys been taking any vaccinations, anything issues so far?
Yeah, everyone's getting vaccinated and stuff, and um, if you got vaccinated, you don't have to wear masks. So whatever.
Noel Villamonte, ladies and gentlemen.
Round of applause.
I did. Anyway, how's it going as well, Gio?
It's going great. Now we got no music, so they're gonna hear him and our lovely voices clearer now.
Oh, God, yeah.
What happened to the music?
So, in a recent episode, because Noel doesn't like watching our episodes, guys, that doesn't involve him, so keep up the good work with that. We
Clap,
had
clap, clap, clap.
we received a comment basically from a fan saying he couldn't really hear one of the episodes because apparently the music was a little bit too loud for him. Usually I would just lower the music down, re-edit it, upload it, and I would say, here you go, I fixed the problem. But we tried something new from last week's episode, so we didn't involve the music, and right now we didn't get any negative feedback, so I guess people don't want to hear the music anymore. But if any of you guys still want to hear some music backgrounds for anything else, let me know in the comment section below, and I'll bring back the music, and I'll promise to make sure I'll fix the audio so that it doesn't get like too loud. Because I always make sure I put it in a right angle so that you can hear more of us and listen to the music while you enjoy the podcast. But anyway, let's get started. So basically, our first topic we're going to talk about today, guys, is that Target is now officially selling Pokemon cards again. Hurrah!
Whack.
So, because of the issue with the scalpers, now we are already having Pokemon's cards sell again? Yeah, that's right, guys. It was recent.
Stop the scalpers, or I should say vultures, because that's what they really are. They're freaking vultures.
So, yeah, so basically, Gio got another post, and we check it out. And apparently, during this week, they are now officially now resell the Pokemon cards back fully stocked. It is only now, only unfortunately, you have to buy at least two of the items. Doesn't matter if they're packs, booster boxes, or special boxes, anything. You can only get at least like two of the items, and then you only get it for once a day, and that's it. Which is not bad. It's just right now. By then, people are still gonna buy more of the cards, and then they're gonna be sell out again. So just be precautious and please do not go crazy again. But now we're telling you
It comes at the eve of the Chilled Rain pre-release for Pokemon too, ironically.
the
Oh,
time.
they're trying to make that money. Triggered.
That's right, with the Chintai coming in, or right, sorry, I'm not familiar with the set, but with a new set coming out by June 17, which is in a couple weeks, this is going to get a lot of the players to hope to get some of the cards that's coming out. I've seen some of the recent cards; it's pretty good. So Noel, here's a fun part. So dark types are basically kind of weak most of the time, like fairy types, correct? Let's just say, for example, and fighting types.
Yep.
Did you know, when I look at the card, the Galarian Moltres, which is considered a dark type if you go through in the Isle of Tundra, for a dark type and a flying type, the weakness of the training card is grass type.
What?
I swear to God, I'm not joking. I literally saw the card. The Galarian Moltres, folks, his weakness is a grass type. Does that make any sense?
Nani?
And here I thought you were gonna talk about the Victini deck that was picking up steam for the standard meta.
Yeah, well.
3 trash.
Well, yeah, I mean, but like still, because I saw an image of it during yesterday when they were doing the reveal of all the Galarian mystical Pokemon from Kanto. Now, with their Galarian forms, where you have Zapdos, a fighting type, Articuno, a psychic type, Moltres, a dark type.
Wait, what? They made Zapdos a fighting type?
Yeah, he's you gotta really get to the game, dude. He's a running chicken. I swear to God,
Hey man,
and you have to
and
Oh
that
chase.
makes a
my
lot. That makes a lot of
gosh.
sense.
He has
That
to
makes a lot of sense.
in
Cause
the
we could point to Torchic. Come on now.
Okay,
Noel.
so like, okay, all right, that make if he's a running chicken, that makes sense. Okay.
So the idea of the game is you have to go to the three regions in the gallery where you have to go find them. So you have to go into the area where before you get to like the third route where you go fight the third gym leader, you go to the area to chase the Zapdos because it's gonna run quick. So you gotta get in your bike and chase it fast and fast and fast. But you gotta be careful because there's wild Pokemon there. Sometimes he'll just stall, but it's really hard to get. But then when you catch him, you're pretty much on the go. But they get really difficult to catch because they do have new fighting type moves for their attacks, and they're really powerful too. But you just gotta get the right Pokemon to stall it out. If for Moltres, you got to go to the Isle of Armor, and you got to meet him by the cliffside in the beach, and you have to get there before he does. And when he sees you, he'll attack you. But Articuno is the hardest one to find because what happens is in the Isle of Tundra, you have to go near the cemetery area, and then he is gonna do like a literal Shadow Clone Jutsu technique,
Nani?
so that he'll spin around, and then if you hold still and he'll come near you, you can catch it. Otherwise, you're gonna chase his ass all the way to the icy mountains on the top, and then you're not gonna get him at all, and you have to start the whole thing all over again. So they were all really difficult to at least try to catch them before you literally catch them.
I'm triggered that you use a Naruto reference. Triggered.
Well, it is. It's literally he's
Hey,
using
hey
an illusion.
Bandai, we love your TCGs. Just a friendly reminder.
Yeah, but but of course Tundra is a really great game with a DLC better than Armor. Armor's crap. But yeah, guys, what are your thoughts? Basically, the fact that now the Pokemon cards are back in Target. When we talked about this for weeks, saying well, this is getting ridiculous, and now scalpers are going to make it worse.
Scalpers are destroying everything right now. Screw those guys.
Well, we'll see. It'll be behind the counter. There'll be people camping out. So, you know. I mean, this is like the only kind of like blessing in disguise for like Digimon, since sometimes people mistake that like the workers there mistake it for Pokemon, so it can't be sold. So now they're not gonna just like not sell Digimon when they're supposed to. So
I feel like they should have like security guards outside and make sure nobody camps outside.
Well, they do. They have the employees go out and they tell them that they have to wait outside until their call. If they want to go ahead and shop inside
No,
Target
no,
on a
no,
regular
no, no,
basis,
no, no, no,
they could do it.
no, no,
no,
no.
no, no. He means like
I
when
mean like an
they're camping
actual
outside.
an actual security guard
Oh, okay.
that has like a tase gun or something, and they see you trying to have a chair outside before the door opens or camp outside the night before. You got your butt is going bye bye.
I mean, we do. I mean, if you've seen the videos at like Broward, there was like 20 people camping out one night for sports cards and Pokemons.
Mm.
I I did a segment about that earlier in the first episode of the of the Party podcast. I mentioned where people literally told me they were going to camp the night just to get in line for the cards because they already put their names with the associates so that they can get ready to be the first one in line to get the packs that got restocked. And I think that's just stupid. It's just a bunch of packs. If you got your name in it, that's fine. But don't come like to stay overnight. Just go home, relax, and then when you're in line, they call you out. Just go get the cards and then go home, and that's it. I don't know why the hell you have to stay overnight. It's
They're
nothing.
just betting on the people. Since sports cards aren't going to be sold, they're going to be sold online through the Target website, which is horrible for that community. They're betting that those people aren't going to come and take the Pokemon, but it is what it is. You're still going to draw a crowd, so they need. If it gets bad enough, they'll take it off again, and then they'll be back to square one, and then they'll be sold online with the sports cards. So
Noah, have there been a lot of scalpers in your area in Utah, and not just in the card shops, but in the Targets, Walmarts, or any other stores that you want to go shop for certain cards you want to get that was from DBS or Digimon or whatever you wanted to buy? Did you ever see them or actually went through a bad moment or anything that you probably had to go through seeing these scalpers do something pretty stupid or getting intense?
Well, the two WalMarts by my house don't do TCGs. Period. And I don't go to Target because it's like a 45-minute drive from my house. So I can't comment on that. But yeah,
but what you can comment about is our next topic.
That's right, folks. Our next topic we have right now is the Digimon pre-release set for Set 4 comes out this weekend. So, guys, if you're into the
Ooh.
Digimon games like good old Noel here and Geo, guys, get ready for your next pre-releases. Cool Stuff Games in Miami, and of course, Machado's PPGs in Miami is already setting up, getting ready to start selling out the pre-releases to all the Digimon
I mean,
players out there.
they started this morning, so yeah, the pre-release event's going on right now on Twitch from Chado stream, and it's a really hype time right now for BT4,
Give me
and
all War Greymons and Pulsemons and Lucymons. Give them
Oof.
all. Yeah.
yes, you know they're beautiful. Seeing the Pulsemons and all that, the
Oh, give
Lucymon alt art in
me
person is so much better than the picture.
give
I
me
have to
all
tell you, Noel.
great stuff.
Yeah. So it's this weekend, and it's a big time in the game, and finally there is just one set, not like two sets bunched into one set.
You mean 3 sets bunched into one set?
Well, yeah, like you buy a box, it's like, oh, there's two boxes, but they contain three sets. Now we got one set for the game, and now it's gonna be interesting, not and now you can get double alt arts in a box instead of a secret. It's
No,
possible.
give me the secret, please.
Well, I mean, you could pull a lot of boxes if you want Lucymon. I heard it's one per case. So,
It
yeah.
it
I'm good, thanks. I don't feel like dropping money on 4 cases.
I don't know if you
I
guys want.
mean,
I don't know if this
I'm,
is a good idea to bring this up, but Moses the other day told me that Stevie ended up buying packs of Yu-Gi-Oh cards, and he kept pulling secret rares like it was nothing.
well, Stevie is also
He's a
super
damn
lucky
meme,
at
okay?
pulling. Well, that's also true. It would be great if we were like on Twitch doing this. We could pull up the Stevie memes referencing that.
Yes. Give me all the Stevie memes. All those great Stevie memes that Moses makes is great.
It's funny, Kevin, that Noel's a dirty yellow player in Digimon, when he never wanted to be that in Dragon Ball.
I mean, he started getting to yellow later on. He told me, but before that, he shitted on yellow because he was always focused on red. But early times of red were pretty trash for him, and he was in the
I
moment.
also just didn't like yellow because it was the color that they associated Frieza with, and I was like, trash. Frieza's trash.
Yeah, because every time I used the freaking Frieza deck, all I did was Avenging Frieza, Frieza Call, and all you did was cut my deck, and you didn't stop. And you
And
didn't.
Cold Blood lets the crap out of everything. I was hella triggered.
Yeah, bring that back, dude. Bring that back
No,
to
thank you.
four. To four.
No, they made a better Cold Bloodlust already.
Well,
But
but not in the Gold format version. You gotta play four of that shit.
this is
Truly.
true. But moving on to Digimon pre-release weekend, what are we excited about? Well, Yellow War Greymon, as Noel said, but
Deeper
what do
grade.
we think? Huh?
And deeper grade.
Sure. I think my only excitement is that Purple Metal Garurumon promo and the Yellow War Greymon deck, to be honest.
Yeah, I
Most.
feel like blue and red are like dead in the water for this set, to be honest.
I mean, the Ancient Garurumon deck needs promos and secrets, so yeah, that's gonna kill people's wallets. So that
I'm
deck
just
will be
I just
useless.
mean like in general, like I feel like those colors aren't gonna be as impactful as
Well,
they were in the past
I
meta.
mean, you have Blue Imperial at the top of tier 2, even in BT4.
Yeah, but I'm just saying like in terms of new decks, it's like those colors aren't gonna be doing anything impactful.
Well, I mean, uh, yeah, red is just so not good in the set, which triggers me.
Oh
And
man, red was not good. Oh no. Here lies all the
I,
red color card decks that Noel wanted to make.
No, that's Gio.
In
He's the
the
red player, not me.
arms of
it's
an
it's
angel,
funny. This is great.
Nah, that's
Noel
Gio.
cries 'cause his colors jank. It
My colors in
fucking
my first colors in
sucks
Digimon.
and red's a piece of shit. All hail the blue, greens, and yellow.
I
You know,
mean,
it's
that's
it's
that's my
great
color.
because like
My color is green, black, and yellow.
It's funny because like
It's
in BT6, Jessmon is like dominating that meta apparently. So
it's okay, Noel.
red,
Yes,
Cry.
man. What color is that?
red.
Oh, true.
Here, Noel.
Oh
Here,
yeah,
here.
Yes, man.
I have a shoulder you can cry on.
Yeah, but have you read those cards? Those cards are broken. They're stupid.
I
Here,
mean,
have a shoulder here you could cry on, sir.
but anyway, back to this meta. How much? If Lucymon, how much is it going to be? It's the chase card of the set.
Yeah, it's gonna definitely bounce between 80 to 120 for the regular art, and then alt art's definitely gonna like max hit like $300-400, bro.
If it's super hard to get, I could see that. I could definitely see that. But my biggest question with this set is we know Yellow War Gray, best deck going into the format.
At
But the
least
one point,
at least until us Americans break the meta and like we did
well,
with freaking
that's
with
exactly
security
what I was going to
with
get to.
McDonald's, and then now we're gonna freaking have Sierra Mist. Oh my gosh. Oh, and let's not
Well,
forget about
hey,
Walmart.
you forgot the Walmart control deck for
Yeah,
naming like.
yeah, the freaking Walmart control deck. Don't get me started, bro.
So the thing is like, is Yellow or Greymon going to be at the top of the set when we get it? That's the big question.
Well,
You
I
know, the
mean, first, I'm gonna give it the first 2 weeks to 3 weeks. That's definitely gonna be top of the meta, and then after that, when us Americans break the freaking meta, then
well, I mean, we do get webcam events for Digimon in the month of June. We will the first one will have BT4 not legal, and then the next three straight will have BT4 legal. So I mean,
Okay.
we'll immediately get to see what the meta will be like in that format.
Make sure you give all the information to know because he doesn't remember any of our stuff. So you had to like give him the reminder of everything we talked about for the last previous episodes.
You would have played all the slow decks in Digimon, Kevin. I'll tell you.
Yeah,
Like
if
looking
I
at
understood the
Yeah,
game, probably.
he'd be playing black alongside with me. Oh man.
I mean, probably. I mean, yeah, I could have seen him do that. But the thing is like people are gonna spend like Yellow War Greyman's pretty expensive actually right now. You're looking at like $300, $400, $500 to make that deck, and you spend that money like you're hoping it's tier 0 because we have the Pulsemon promo. But something tells me that our meta is going to be different because we have those anniversary promos for
Oh
the
yeah.
ancient Greymon and ancient Gurumon. We have Pulsemon as a promo, so those didn't exist in the Japanese meta. Green was also not nerfed. They had 4 Argomon and 4 Hidden Potential, which we are only going to have one of those. So we're looking at
We,
a
we have
completely different.
OTK. We have OTK green. So
Well, yeah, but they didn't have they had green aggro decks, but I think that the green OTK deck, if it might have came at the end of set 4, it was a set 5 kind of thing. I'm not exactly sure,
mm.
but yeah, we're gonna have that. But even that's kind of expensive,
Give me
and
green OTK and War Greymon and D Brigade, please.
I
I
mean,
need.
no, I mean, it's funny because we almost have that whole deck, the green OTK deck, completed with Yellow Wargrave already. We're just missing the 4 Palmon and 2 Grand K promo deck.
Kawagumon.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna attempt to say it. So,
What if they
I
finally
mean,
make a
You're
mon?
bad.
What if they
You're
finally
bad.
make a mon card, but it's called Mon Mon?
Please
I
stop, Kip.
mean that would be a meme and a half. But
You say
No,
you have black in the
they
game,
make
right?
they
You
they
have
make a Monmon card and it's a promo and it's a white card.
no wait, but no, but like just make it black, green, and yellow. Here you go, Mon Mon.
No.
I think like the safest investments to make going into the format is Blue Imperial and Shine Greymon for people that don't really want to spend that much money.
They have both those decks. Let's go.
They're both in the tier 2, top of tier 2, but like they could still compete. I mean, I think Blue Imperial actually in the American meta actually, I would say it's closer to tier 1 with the usage, with the tops it gets. It's a fan favorite over here. I don't know understand why people put it in the tier 2 category when You're like, in our PPG local, that's like the deck you see everywhere, and even on webcams you see it. You know, I think with Megazoo or Sierra Mist, as you like to put it, that version of it will be very popular. I can't see Rookie Rush doing as well
Yeah,
if
I
people.
feel like the reason why they gave us all these promos and stuff earlier than what they did in the Japanese meta was to try to. I think they were trying to just straight up cuck Rookie Rush.
Maybe, but you have the yellow green Rookie Rush in the next set, and that is pretty powerful for what it is. I mean, the blue green deck is better than NBT4, but how many people? I mean, it's affordable now. VMon is somewhere from $8 to $10. It's not the $10 to $12. It's gone down a little bit, but even still, like that whole deck isn't really like 250 anymore. And then people that can't afford it, or don't want to spend money on the game and want something good and cheap, they can play that deck. I'm not knocking anybody, but if if Mega Zoo is tier 1, like people were saying, I can't see Rookie Rush be like that, and that type of meta call. The Blue Imperial deck does way better against Mega Zoo.
Yeah, Rookie Rush is crapped all over by freaking Megazoo.
I mean,
I
if
love you,
McDonald's if
Ragnazoo.
McDonald's
Too
is
good.
relevant going into this
Oh
Mega
my
Zoo,
gosh! Don't
you
get me
know,
started.
you,
No.
the Yellow War Greymon deck can. I'm assuming if it starts deleting their Digimon and takes over, that's another deck. Like Green with Nidhogg can wipe their whole board. So I mean, we'll just have to see how it plays out, and we'll have to see how the Green players in the U.S. meta adapt to all these changes. You
Yeah,
know,
Green was really strong in the 1.0 and 1.5 meta. Now it
I
feels
mean,
like
well, because in the 1.0 meta, you had Green Tidamon and the Green Champion Rush decks, which were amazing budget decks that you could compete with people playing against Blue Omni, Red Omni, against the purple players. Like, it was, if you were breaking into the game, you didn't have to break your wallet, which is great about this game. It gives you options. Unlike Bandai's other IP, which they're starting to do that with, but, it's not here or there. But
rest in peace forever in my heart, Dragon Ball.
it's not resting in peace. You're going to be destroying your locals soon enough. Anyway, that's also not here or there. But we're going to see, you know, um, it'll be interesting, like, when we get the world's format for Digimon, because we kind of seen kind of an attempt at that at Dragon Ball. I think it'll be different, because
I think
Digimon,
it would have happened already if COVID didn't f us.
yeah, I think that Digimon is more like Yu-Gi-Oh, where the TCG, OCG kind of properties kind of like think differently, play differently. Dragon Ball it doesn't exist in Japan. It died. It exists here. And yes, while there are people that play in the Asian regions, decks are
We're the
very
ones that set the
similar.
meta. Yeah, we're the ones that
Huh?
set the meta.
Yeah, I mean, Legends playing Invoker is amazing. Probably one of the best Invoker players, and it keeps that deck alive. But anyway, I think it'll be interesting to see what shapes up. If players here can make Yellow Mastamon a deck push to tier 1, or
Oof.
if Shine Greymon actually is tier 1, not tier 2.
What if
You
they
know,
try to mix War Greymon with Shine?
well, there are people that play War Greymons in Shine. They
Hmm.
have done that, and I don't think it would be the other way around, but I might have seen one list that tried one Shine, but I don't think that would make sense.
Yeah,
But I
you'd have
think
to.
it works the other way around much better. But
Yeah,
like
makes
people
sense.
need to try these things. Purple has like 4 or 5 decks in the set. You got purple Metal Guru, you got purple Don Devi, you got purple
Don't
Mallow,
don't
you got
don't get me started, bro. Don't get me
you know
started on the damn
purple
purple.
Lilith, purple Millie Turbo, purple Rookie Rush, purple
Please,
Pied
please,
Rush.
just stop. Shut up. No, stop.
No, keep going. I want to
y-
hear this.
Yeah, the buffet of purple decks. I'm hyped for purple, Metal Guru.
Give me good black decks. I want more
Well,
Ragnar
at the
Lordmon.
PPG pre-release today, well, Dorkatron Prime was recording for his content, for his pre-release content, our boy David was picking up stuff for me and him, and what everybody wanted was the black stuff. That's blue. That was the first thing people were asking for. All the D Brigade, the Blastmons, the other Black SR, the Black War Greymon promo he pulled. That and the
Trigger.
Pulsemon were like the things that were flying.
I
So
thought, I thought G Brigade wasn't nowhere near the meta. What the hell's going on?
it's a very popular deck.
You're very lost, Noel. You're with the Utah people. You gotta come back to Miami to get with the real players.
I'm good, thanks.
Alright.
I don't feel like living in a toxic state. Thank you.
True, true. But that's
I
still,
mean,
but that doesn't mean for the
it's
fact
all
you're
in the
still a
eyes of the
toxic
beholder.
player.
But it's an exciting time. If you do the pre-release tournament where you get the 6 packs, and you get the Pulsemon, and then you get your power-up pack, which all those promos are really, really good. It's going to be an exciting time in the game. At least here at PPG, you can only, it's 1 box per customer, and then 1 pre-release. And then for Cool Stuff Miami, it is 2 boxes per person, and I'm guessing 2 pre-release or 1 pre-release. But Kevin, speaking of, we had a little drama actually over the PPG event.
Yes, that's right. Our next topic, folks, it is the Digimon or Card Fight Vanguard. Which one of these two is the hottest
Well,
game right now?
I was gonna, yeah, I was gonna talk about something. I'll just mention it later. But
Uh,
yes, what is the hottest game right now? Let's see. Since you mentioned that,
Sorry, because I didn't
let,
know. I don't know what you wanted
let,
me. I don't know what you wanted me to bring it up because frankly, I'm not into the Digimon
I
games.
was gonna,
So
I was gonna talk about. I'll talk about it after the hottest game before I bring
I
it up.
feel like Vanguard right now is the hottest game only because the extra big hype for Digimon already died down since 1.5 and 1.0 came out. Like it's still hot. Like I'm not saying there isn't hype behind the game. I'm just saying like the momentum for the game has slowed down, and so then everyone in Vanguard, because it's not like Vanguard is a brand new game. They're just rebooting it for the third time. Hopefully, third time's the charm.
Third time.
But I've played it. You've played it. We played against each other with Vanguard. I have tons of fun with it. I don't think I'll ever take the game seriously competitively in terms of like trying to go to locals and push everyone's shit in. But I definitely it's like a nice game to like have a beer and just play.
well, our boy
Well,
Angel did the last time he was on the podcast mention he was going back to Vanguard with their reboots and
yeah,
everything. So
yeah,
if
yeah.
we
That's where he's at right now. He's in
so
the Vanguard Premium and Overdress land.
So if we could actually get
Exactly.
into contact him maybe sometime in a couple of weeks, we could get to hear from him one more time and get to hear his side of the story of what's been going on for months since the last time we spoke in the podcast and how what's been going on for Vanguard for him in comparison with everything else in the meta or anything else in the card game circuit.
So I guess I'll go next. I, I, I'm gonna go Digimon actually. I'm gonna go and say the Vanguard hype is kind of dead right now. Actually,
And why is
I'm
that?
just gonna. Well, because their starter decks kind of got lost out at sea, and then it was hard to get the starter decks. Some of like it was supposed to be a cheap game, and then its prices went up to where like wasn't any different than Digimon. Like the hype is, I think the hype will kind of come back once the Spring Fest, hosted by Pro Play Games, the webcam event kind of happens. I think Digimon is right now the hottest TCG right now. I think that the 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 set 4 4.0, whichever way you want to say it, is bringing new cards to the game, refreshing the game, but like we see that like the hype never really died for the game. It was hard to get prop, but now that supposedly they've overprinted this set, and we have new starter decks to get more people into the game with different colors. I think it's the greatest segue to get more players into the game with really good starter decks that were better than the ones before them. And Vanguard is great, but I've always felt it was kind of a niche game with their community. Like either you love the anime or you love small card games. You also play Yu-Gi-Oh, or you like waifus. Nothing wrong with that. But I feel like
Waifu. Yeah.
but I feel like Digimon, its IP reaches out to way more people. There's way more people invested, not only in Digimon because of its IP, but because the game is a really good game as well.
Give me all the
To
wish.
to
So,
the chagrin of all the Dragon Ball Super players that don't think it's a good game, but that's here or there.
so if I give
But
my point of view with Vanguard, for the first time I was trying to watch the anime, the original anime, it was okay. When they rebooted the series, they actually did a better job with the story and the cards game telling. I had to watch it like twice to understand. It's not bad, it was really fun and interesting. Leo was the one who basically did taught me the game because I thought there was going to be DBS one time in a current tournament on Wednesday, but that's when the time when the
that cool
incident
stuff, right?
that's when the incident happened with Noel, and then that's when it started to die out in that store. So basically, I just learned from these guys. I tested it out, and it was okay. It was fun. And when I used to work in Panera, there was a bunch of these guys I used to see around. I said hello, and I saw them a couple times in the card shop. But they came to my restaurant and they chilled and they were playing Vanguard, and I would just see them. And I even went on my break just to see how they're doing. And they were just having a good time, having the little trades and everything, having a good moment with their trading cards and seeing how the game works. I try to test the game too. I even download the app. Of course, if you try out the Vanguard game, it's fine, but it's from like the original Vanguard, so it's completely different. It's a little weird. It's not like exactly what it is in the card game, but the way I see Vanguard it's fun. It's just sometimes the way they pronunciate the card texts can be a little confusing. But then you see these symbols, and you're like, what the hell is this? And then when you watch the anime, they actually explain the card game very well. They don't really sugarcoat it like they do with Yu-Gi-Oh, where when the first enemy came out, it goes, "Oh, I summoned this card in attack mode, and then its effect is blah blah blah, and it has a special ability that goes like this." But when you read the actual card text of the cards when they come out, that's like, wait, that doesn't go like this, or this card's not supposed to be a fusion; it's supposed to be a normal monster. Aren't I supposed to activate polymerization during my first turn, which is a reference to episode 4 and 5 when Yugi fought Weevil? He activates polymerization on Weevil's turn for no fucking reason whatsoever. Because Duelist Kingdom, folks, is fan fucking tastic with the bullshit of rulings.
Well,
But thank God we're
I
not
just
that.
want to make it. I just want to make it very clear to all our viewers. Yes, I am totally playing Vanguard for the waifus.
I mean, that's nothing wrong with that. I mean, it's a fun game, like you
Give
said.
me all the waifus.
I
I
mean,
need all.
You
I
created your Universe 6 waifus for anime waifus.
I would agree with Noel a little bit. It's like a game you just want to have a drink of beer and just have fun with your friends. It's not like something you want to have take for competitive. I mean, if you do, it's not like a big thing as much as like what Pokemon, Magic, and Yu-Gi-Oh have been doing. But it's really excellent to know that even though it has to get rebooted, they must have known they must have did something really wrong. But also, there's also a bad thing about when you're getting a third reboot. That pretty much means that if your first reboot didn't work, and this is your second time rebooting the game, then you must know that this is your final chance to do it because you can't keep rebooting the game to just like
Well,
fix the problems because otherwise, yes, it's great for the community players are like all happy, it's all ecstatic and everything, whatever. But the problem with that is if you keep rebooting the games over and over, it's just gonna annoy the players and they just think they're not even doing the right thing with the game. They can't just like errata the card, just fix the card text or reprint to give it a new ruling or something like that. They do
Yeah.
with the other
So
card
what
games.
happened was that the game was too broken. Everything was too broken in the first version of the game. So they rebooted it. They fixed it when the game first got rebooted, and then they went back and they got back on their same bullshit and broke the game again.
well, apparently they're still supporting premium. That's not a dead thing.
Yeah.
It's actually a supported thing, which I think makes no sense. If you reboot the game and make overdress, why would you support a format that technically shouldn't really be a format if you have like a brand new thing you're trying to do? That left me scratching my head when I found that out like a day ago.
Exactly, and that's
Yeah,
that's
and
that's
it's not like you can mix the overdressed cards with the premium cards either, because the mechanics are different in both games.
exactly.
Exactly, you can't do it.
Yeah, and when card games such as like Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, because they do sometimes follow up with the animes and the video games or whatever, for Pokemon's always the video games, and then they did whatever the anime. They got to go ahead and then like prepare for the next set. And they always do the rotations, and that's one method of their game. But they know if they always reprint the cards, and if this card doesn't work out, and if it's too hardcore for the game, they just immediately ban it, which is their version. In Yu-Gi-Oh, we just go to the next format. We still play some of the cards. Sometimes we get to reprint the cards. Fix the card text rulings or errata the cards, which I know a lot of people were not fans of the erratas when we came to like during the pendulum section, and I know that's the time we met Noel and Joel together and do the club thing, but at the same time, at least what they're trying to do is they're trying to fix mistakes and they're trying not to confuse players and they're trying to do something. It could be a good or bad thing with Konami, but at least they're doing something. They're not like rebooting the whole game, and they have like separate versions of games like Speed Duels and the other card
Well,
game
the
version.
new Rush Duels they took away from the actual TCG. It's gonna get its own separate format, which I thought that was very interesting.
Yeah,
They didn't add it. They didn't add it as like a master rule, which I kind of agree because it kind of looks like its own thing.
yeah, and they learned that mistake about one thing they did during the Link section, the Link era. They said, you know what, this was causing trouble. We made this mistake. Let's just go back to what we did and then fix it, and then just go back to just basic ban lists and everything, and let's see how it goes on, and then that's it. It got more of the community to get
It's
back
funny you
together.
mentioned that, but the best deck is Dragon Link. That's the funny. Yeah, it's like let's revert the rules, but have a Link deck still the best deck in the format.
Needs more links, folks. No, what we need
Yeah,
is more extra spaces for extra decks, for God's sake.
yeah, that's also not wrong.
No, but
I
yeah.
mean, it'll give people the chance that liked the old format. Like I think this should have just been like when we went into the Link format. This should have just been the master rule, not what we had. And the game just would have been a little bit more diverse then. Like, you know, like I'm not saying like Altergeist or Sky Striker or some of these competitive decks would like be like would have dominated like when they came out. I mean, they kind of did, but like Sky Striker completely dominating when it came out, but it would have given other decks a chance that were not good initially, um, because the you needed to have a Link monster first and stuff like that. I think Dinos was like one of the few decks that didn't care if it had links, no links. The deck is good whether you have links or no links. And
Yeah, there's good countermeasure decks you can use against that doesn't require links, like the Dinos, like you say. There's also the Monarchs now. They're getting like full power with their cards now that apparently has level 3.
BA was good with links or without links. That deck will never die.
Well,
I mean,
yeah, because BEAs doesn't even have to borrow with links as long as they still have their Dantes, their Beatrices, and everything. They and all their best cards that mean in the deck, and they can get like new cards that help support it. They don't really care. They'll still live another day.
yeah, pretty much. You
Yes.
know, um, it'll be interesting to see if Vanguard, if they just go for solid mechanics this time around and not so much. You already know when you walk into the game, you're walking into RNG fest type of deal. But now what if like yeah, you get your RNG and stuff like that, but they try to balance the game out so it's kind of player skill takes over, even though there's RNG. Like people try to equate it to the Digimon security pile, but I think the Digimon security pile you could outplay that unless it's just everything's just too good in there. It's kind of different. I think in Vanguard there is still a luck factor, but that tries to get mitigated through the new mechanics of the game. I also like the fact that we got a ride deck that you can just go and ride on the pieces that you actually need and not hope to draw them. I think that is makes this version of Vanguard a lot better.
Yeah. But
Waifus.
but yeah. So Vanguard, do your best. Let's see how it goes.
Yeah, just make more waifus and you'll be fine, Vanguard.
If you
I
fail,
mean, in
if you fail,
Digimon, we're getting waifus in Set 5. You know, getting that Nokia uh, Tamer card and some of the other stuff.
yes. Sorry, what?
Oh, wow.
Oh,
But,
Mew now.
it's exciting times for pre-releases right now. But, makes me wonder, what deck are you going to get first, Noel? since I'm sure people are wondering.
I already told you 5 million times. Deeper grade.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
And the comments roast on.
Ooh. Well,
Our,
you know, since we're talking about hottest things and Digimon, Par 5 Vanguard, clearly Digimon, TCG, over that. But
Pokemon.
what if, we had, because apparently in September, October, we're getting a Sonic the Hedgehog trading card game. It's supposed to come out a little bit after My Hero Academia comes out.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it should be. But what if,
It better be the good Sonic, not that trash that they have on the TV.
I mean, it could be a combination of everything, because, Sonic has so many universes. But
Um,
what if,
what about Sonic X? I mean, because they had the best design. Doesn't matter the story, just they
well,
have the
this,
best design of
I'd
characters.
be down for classic Sonic, not the modern trash we have right now. Except for the one in the movie. The one from the movie was great.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're talking about the original Sonic design?
No,
the chubby Sonic? Yes, correct.
The horrifying nightmare Sonic, where if that movie came out, they would have lost millions of dollars.
I think that
No.
I think that was a marketing stunt. To be honest, I don't think they were really gonna do that, dude.
I mean, however, I mean,
Um,
they still had to spend millions of dollars to create that, and got huge negative flashback of all the
Hey,
fans who've been Sonic fans.
hey, hey, bad coverage is good coverage.
well, for our most interesting topic of today, what if they would make a Super Smash Brothers, kind of like ultimate trading card game, since we already getting
I
Sonic the
would
Hedgehog,
my
you
shit.
know, we got Pokemon, we got Digimon, we got Dragon Ball. I mean, not that they're gonna add a Dragon Ball character, they got Dragon Quest, but my point is, if we got all the similar IPs, to pull from, would making a Super Smash Brothers trading card game be epic and amazing as the games would be, as amazing as we think the concept
I
could
feel
be?
like they would have to be very careful on what mechanics they implement into the game, and they also, on top of that, have to make the mechanics very fun and interactive and intuitive.
Quick
For
questions.
it,
So, if we base this Super Smash Brothers game, should it be based currently with the Ultimate with the Spirits as like a support set, and then they have, and since you,
feel like I feel like the spirits would be like an extra deck kind of thing, or like spell cards.
yeah, because then you have like their highest level. You got level 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you got like these cards do this thing. They should have to like pay a requirement to activate them, so you can use this effect or whatever.
Yeah, I feel like spirits would be an extra deck or like spell cards.
If
I
you,
feel like the game would need to be a fast game.
it could be.
Feel about shut up.
Huh?
That's what you feel about every card game. Shut up.
Oh,
No, because like Smash Brothers Melee is a very technical, very
ugh.
uh, input heavy game where the flow of the game could be very slow or very quick because wave dash in, wave dash out. So I mean, and fans are really even Smash Brothers Ultimate has a kind of faster pacing if you're not playing lame and just spacing your areas and playing safe.
I mean, it doesn't have to be just Smash Ultimate. It could be every other Smash games there were.
I mean, if we can't base it off Raw, because we'd be there for the whole entire night at that point.
No, that's true, but it depends on like the type of decks you're gonna make. I mean, here's a question for you, Noel. Would you think if they should make a deck in Smash games like they just play the characters? Like, oh, you have like this like you have the three version sets. You got sword fighters, you got brawlers, and then you got shooters. Or do you want to have the games based on the characters that come from the video games, and they have their own spirits, and they have the other characters? Like, for example, you got Kirby with the Meta Knight. You got the Mario Brothers with Bowser, Peach, Daisy, Wario. Or the
I feel like I this okay. This is what I would like to see. I would like to see it like what it is with Dragon Ball right now, where you have a leader card, and so that would be your character, and then you would
But
separate
oh,
you would separate the categories in sword fighters, brawlers, mid range
I, I,
characters,
I
whatever.
think if you took the Score Panini approach where you have personalities, you had your main personality and then your allies, I think would be really cool. You just made
Oh,
me think of that.
what did they did like in the original Naruto card game?
I never played that, so I can't tell you.
I never did either, but
I never played it either.
oh, okay. Well, because I remember a lot of people back in like 10 years ago, before the game was forever gone. Um,
Where's Anthony Hernandez when you need him?
Playing Vegeta and Mecha Frieza right now.
Lama, what a god.
Glory.
I mean, you just gotta come up with ideas with like other classic card games that may have been discontinued, but you could get some ideas with that. I mean, I like the idea where you're going there with a DBS, Noel. Get
Yeah, so like you would have like a Mario card, and he's a brawler. Your character's a brawler type. So then you would have a card that, like, when you activate it, your leader card has to be a brawler, and so on and so forth.
But even in the card games, sword fighters are still broken, guys. Wow.
I'd be hella triggered.
I just say,
I point at Mira and Mythica or Pyra, whatever their names are. The
Yeah,
Py-
DLC.
Mira
Mira
and
and
Pyra.
yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it was Mithra and Pyra.
Yeah, Mithra and Pyra. There you go, Mithra and Pyra.
Yeah.
Yay, Kevin gets a point.
I would just be like, nah, let's get Crash Bandicoot and Spyro into Smash, please. Thank you. So that way I can see them in a card game. Thank you very much.
We could
Uh,
we can also
what
get.
about Jackson Dax and Daxter or Dexter?
Oh my
I
god,
would flip
that'd be
out. My
great.
gosh, I would flip out.
How great would
I
it?
would flip the freak out.
Oh my god, how great would it be if they did like what they do with Link? They get their old school versions of themselves, as well with their color costumes, and like the Dark Jackson Daxter. You
Oh
get
my gosh, yes.
What about
Ooh,
that'd be
ooh,
Ratchet and
and Light
Clank?
Jack and Dexter.
oh my god,
Light.
yes,
Ugh.
yes, they need to do that.
Oh, and Jack X, a version of Jack X with his
Oh
short hair.
yes.
With his short hair, and Daxter with his jean pants on.
What about Ratchet and Clank? Also from
Eh,
Dexter.
no one cares about those guys, even though I
Well,
love them.
I mean, we're talking about characters when they did like the PlayStation version of Smash, where they have like all the characters who were run by Sony. They got to be having their
PlayStation All Stars Battle Royale.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah. That's what they call it, PlayStation Smash, the rip-off version.
I mean, they never had Cloud, and Smash Brothers did. I mean, that was kind of an epic fail for
No,
Sony.
but they did have BioShock in it, which is whatever.
That doesn't excite me.
No, it
Cloud
doesn't.
would excite me.
No one gives a shit about Bioshock, dude. It's all about Jack and Daxter, Ratchet and Clank, Kratos,
Sly Cooper.
Sly
So
Cooper.
now,
Oh my gosh!
God, right?
Imagine Sly.
Sly Cooper.
Imagine that in Smash.
Do,
Oh
do,
my.
do. Here comes Sly Cooper. He will steal all your memes because he's fucking better than you.
I mean, what about Dante? From Devil May
I
Cry.
did asking
Nah,
for
that's too
fucking Dante
badass.
this entire fucking
That's
time,
too
but we got
badass.
Sephiroth instead, which I'm not complaining because Sephiroth's good, but I
Hey, I
want
mean,
fucking
Sephiroth
Dante
Hey,
already
was
because
Dante, Dante from Devil May Cry is too badass. Nintendo would never do it.
give me any
I
Dante.
mean,
I don't
they
care
have Devil
except for
May
Dante
Cry games on the Switch right now.
except for that Devil May Cry bullshit remake they did. It was awful. Don't give me that
I
Dante.
love that remake. I thought it was good.
No,
Now,
not
if you
not not
compare it
fine.
to the other ones, yeah, it's bad. But I love that remake as its own standalone game. I think it was a great game.
The one with him with short hair. Are you kidding me?
Yes, that's
Like
the best one.
that one sucked.
Nah,
It was trash.
you're trash.
Thank you,
You're
Kev.
trash.
Thank you, Kevin, for being the voice of reason.
Of course,
Anyway,
I had to. I literally played this with my friends. I saw how the gameplay goes with my friends when they were playing it out. My friends told me about it. And when I tried it out, the game was so trash, dude. The story was
Game was
weird. I
good.
didn't understand what they was going through with
oh
this.
yeah,
And
you're also forgetting Sora.
everyone
We
was
need Sora.
Well, everyone's been dying for Sora to come into Smash already. Ever since Cloud came to Smash, everyone was like the dream game. Smash. You have Sora from Kingdom Hearts here. Oh, that'd be
yeah,
great. Oh, but imagine this, guys, because now you
we
get to
don't need
have Mickey Mouse,
damn
Donald Duck,
game.
Goofy, Goof, all spirits. But Mickey Mouse says, "Huh? I don't think so. I'm part of Smash now."
Yeah, Sora's never gonna happen because Sora's the property of Disney, and Disney doesn't share their shit. Only with Sony though. Lawmouth.
You
Even
never know.
Well, I mean, you never know because we did get Banjo and Kazooie, though he used to be in Nintendo. He was in Microsoft, and Microsoft talked to Sakurai, and they allowed him to be in the game. So,
Yeah.
we
You
do.
What?
know,
Hey,
shout out to Diddy Kong
watch
Racing.
Disney buy Nintendo, and then Nintendo's like, "Yeah, we're putting Sora in the game." I would flip my shit.
But then again, knowing
I
Disney,
mean,
they like to fuck everything we love because they want to be the ultimate Hitler empire.
I mean, Disney made ESPN go downhill. So I mean, you know, you know.
Did?
You ruined a Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah, ESPN's kind of not the same. Well, I mean, some people died, and stuff like that, budget cuts, but it's not the same.
Not as worse
Yeah.
as, not as worse as what's going on in the the WWE. Jesus Christ, they're fucking wrecked right
Don't get
now.
me started on that shit. Don't get me started.
Nah, but Vince McMahon is a prodigy. He is a god.
Vince
No,
McMahon is burning down his own fucking company. Fucking
So,
idiot.
at the moment, guys, for a lot of people who don't know, Vince McMahon has released a lot of stars this week, and he's going to continue releasing a lot more because he's now. So there's
well,
rumors
I
now
mean, did you hear, Kevin?
he's going to
Did,
sell the
did,
company to either with in talks with NBC or Peacock TV
well, I mean, I don't think he's
and
ever
or
going to
Disney
sell.
as well, which I think is stupid. And so the releases he had, one of them was Braun Strowman, the former Universal Champion, Aleister Black, Ruby Riott,
Uh, Alistair who? Anyway,
Aleister Black, the former NXT
I no, no,
champion.
I know,
He's the former
but we're saying
NXT
Alistair
champion,
who?
and no, but it's like really
In,
affected. And now this is taking effect to like everyone because now they're events. And I heard from my brother last week, Triple H, Paul Levesque, has now sold all his stocks because you know what's going on with the company.
yeah, I mean, yeah, because he knows that if they sell, that stock's going to tank and crash
Exactly. So
once
he,
that happens.
yeah. So there's nothing else you can do. So it does. So it will end with
I
Vince
mean,
McMahon
I don't
Jr.
know.
It's over. And
I don't think so. I really don't. I mean, did you hear that Brock Lesnar is coming back?
did you also
Yeah,
know?
no one gives a shit about Brock Lesnar anymore,
Because
dude.
it's all about Cena coming back to SummerSlam
You,
with
know,
You
and,
can't see me. My time is now.
oh, but
yeah,
Noel, but
Roman
you know
Reigns
what?
will stomp him into the ground and acknowledge him.
But wait, Noel,
Thank you.
there's more. Guess who the host of SummerSlam is, Noel?
Mm.
It's Cardi B.
Uh,
Whoa.
I want to kill.
Whoa.
I
What?
want to
I mean,
kill the shit out of
Because
myself. I want to brutally and slowly kill myself now. Holy fuck.
because remember, Noel,
That's just straight trash, dude. Fuck my life.
wet,
we're gonna have to edit him
wet
out real
and gushy,
PG.
Noel, wet and gushy. Wop, wop,
I want to
wop.
eat into a whap. Lomo.
I mean, it really doesn't matter who WWE cuts at this point. They already have their like stars. Like, they got Roman Reigns, they got Seth Rollins.
I
Trash.
mean, Roman Reigns is the only thing that's only good for the company because he's being the best heel at this moment.
Yeah, they have Drew. Like, they
They
got
fucked up
the
when they
people.
lost Dean Ambrose and CM Punk.
I mean, CM Punk left and
No, CM
Dean
Punk.
Ambrose.
Well,
Yeah,
CM Punk
he
made the
left
right.
because
John
they treated him like
Moxley.
shit.
John Moxley, not
He,
Dean Ambrose, because he goes by his old ring name
yeah.
now. It's John Moxley. And for those who don't know,
He's forever in my heart, Dean Ambrose.
this week's
I
week
mean, I mean, John Moxley's a way better character.
it is, and also Gio. I don't know if you know this, but on Sunday's pay-per-view of Double or Nothing, we actually legit have for the first time in over a year a full crowd capacity. And during the dailies,
Oh, I
they
saw that.
check
I saw that.
and
I saw them singing with Jericho. I was
and
hyped.
I'm gonna tell you this though, guys. it's way better than Revolution because with thanks to that crowd appearance, it made the pay-per-view 10 times better and it was incredible. It's fine. There are a few of the matches were not bad. It was okay, but I still enjoyed the pay-per-view a lot because of that crowd reaction, and it was great hearing crowds. I haven't heard a big crowd ovation in like a long ass time. I mean, the last time you saw was like around WrestleMania 37, but it wasn't even a good crowd experiences, and they did a terrible job. And mostly because Hogan
this
was,
year's WrestleMania in Tampa, it
yeah,
was hit or miss.
it's not. It was like the first night was good, but the second night was, oh my god, it was a
Yeah,
nightmare.
there was one night way better than the other one. You're 1,000%. I can't remember, but yeah, I watched both nights. That is fact.
Yeah.
That is fact.
So now even TNA announced that Summerversary, they're coming back with a crowd.
I mean, could Braun Strowman go to Impact?
Probably because he was a former world champion in WWE and no one's going to pick him up in AEW. Although,
I mean, he doesn't really kind of fit them though. Like,
I mean, they don't care. They'll hire a WWE guy just to make their show better. Because that's all they do.
yeah, but I love the guy, and I think it's great he's fighting against anti-bullying and all that. But his gimmick was one dimensional, and any big guy could potentially do it.
But
But like I don't know.
I like that when he was the human monster.
exactly,
I mean,
just
that's literally his character was
flipping
now.
cars, flipping rings, flipping wrestlers, flipping buildings. Flip. That's all he
Flipping
does.
the bird.
Ah, yeah.
I mean, Aleister Black giving him a black metal gimmick was kind of like okay, and then we give him this out there gimmick, and then we let him go about a week later after he interferes with Big E. So now Big E has to feud with the person he was already feuding with for like a couple more months in Cruise. So I mean, I don't know.
Oh, and Noel, since you don't know about this, Mark
Hey,
Henry's
where's
not.
my Fandango fans out there? Give me Fandango.
Da, da,
He's in NXT
da, da,
with
da,
his.
da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. Why aren't
He's
you
in
singing along? Because we're doing the Fandango dance or whatever.
exactly. Well, I
Also,
mean, he's with this dude in NXT. That was a good move for him, to be honest.
Tyler Breeze, but I feel like they ruined Tyler Breeze when they did that.
Yeah, but
Cause
speaking of NXT, we got Adam Cole back, baby, and
Arr.
talking about talking to Karrion Kross and shutting him up. The highlight of NXT.
boo. Sorry,
Oh,
sorry, man. But to be honest with you, NXT's been trash lately.
I mean that moment was good, but I mean, yeah.
Also, Noel should
And
be happy about this part because I've been trying to tell him. Um, but guess who debuted on AEW on the pay-per-view, Noel?
Who?
Somebody gon' get their ass kicked. Somebody gon' get their knees break. Somebody gon' get their ass kicked. Somebody gon' get their knees break. Beat him up, break his neck, beat him up, break his neck, break his neck.
Sounds familiar, but I can't
It's
pinpoint.
Mark Henry.
wow,
Oh my
whoa,
gosh!
whoa.
Yeah,
So it
let's go.
So Mark Henry is now signed with AEW, folks, and he's going to be the next commentator for the new AEW show that's coming in August on a Friday. It's called AEW Rampage. So he's gonna be the commentator.
I feel like they can't sign every WWE guy, and it's good that they're signing, but like they need to sign younger WWE guys.
Well, actually, the thing they need to do is not keep signing a lot more people and just stay focused with their own
Develop
homegrown
your
talent.
guys.
Like,
Yeah.
well, Dark Revolutions is the one where you do the developmental matches with these guys, but I would prefer that the AEW roster should just stay as it is for now. Because if you keep getting more guys, nobody else is going to keep getting their proper pushes, and it's just going to be a mess. Like what's going on with Tony Khan and his lazy booking.
You're not wrong.
And also, I think we're going off the subject because I didn't expect to talk about wrestling, which I do feel comfortable talking about wrestling, but not when it comes to our TCG party podcast. We're probably gonna
I
get big.
mean, speaking of WWE and wrestling, they do have WWE cards that do get graded and stuff, and people do collect them. Actually, so it kind
Actually,
of does fit within our realm.
guys, there's
Uh,
actually a card game out there. It's called WWE Raw, originally called WWF Raw, but they changed it because, of course, the We're Life Fun crap. But there actually is a card game about that, and it's still going on today. If you go ahead and check it out in your octagons, you can actually download the game and then look up the images, and they actually have people in the Facebook, and if you have a YouTube channel, which I can link in the description below, and you can go ahead, check them out. They do these regular card games, and they can have different specific decks of wrestlers with their move sets, their finishers, and they play in an incredible style. If you guys want to go ahead and enjoy wrestling, but also enjoy the value of card games, please go ahead and check them out. Check out the Facebook page of the WWE Raw Deals. I will link again, link in the description below of their Facebook page. And if you also want to go ahead and check out their YouTube, let me go ahead and look this up. You can go ahead and check out the YouTube page, which is known as Eric RD. I will leave his link in the description below. Eric RD, basically where they show all the WWE Raw Deal card games. Though they're not really uploaded as much, they actually can consist of showing all the deck profiles, all the gameplays they can provide to show you. And if you have any questions so far, you can always contact their Facebook or maybe their Twitter, and you can check out and see how the game works. They do sell these in Amazon and eBay. They're very rare and valuable to get. So go ahead and try to pick one up right now, and you can test it out. If you want to try out a starter deck from the beginning of the games, check out the Stone Cold Steve Austin and the Rock starter decks. And kind of like when we have one of those, like we're having with the Clash decks, there was like those two starter decks that you start off, so you can go ahead and like do trial decks, correct? Is that correct?
Yep.
Yeah, trial decks. So you guys can try out these trial decks, and they're pretty good and fun. See how it is, and you can play with your favorite wrestler or favorite diva, and you can try them out and go against your opponent and see who is the better man and wins the match.
All right, stop promoting DBZ. Wow. Stop promoting WWE trading card game. On to the next topic.
Well, what is the next topic, Gio? Because I think that was our last topic.
Oh.
Yeah, we kind of talked about
well,
the Smash one. We just went off the rails.
that was kind of the last topic.
Yeah, we just didn't say it was the last topic. We just.
Well, I mean, we can. Oh, so I do have a topic we can talk about actually, since I was trying to talk about it earlier. There was a little bit of drama at the Pro Play Games pre-release event that they moved from Saturday to today. Kevin. So I guess we'll end the show with this, and
Uh,
I'll get you guys' opinions, and then we can ask and see what the people out there think. So we have a lot of people coming from another community out in Cape Coral, including some of the members of Gaia Force Gaming coming out for. Since they're not really getting the pre-release as a tournament, so they're coming out. But so Pro Play had scheduled to make it on a Saturday, tomorrow. But what Machado didn't realize, there's a Yu-Gi-Oh! Regional happening tomorrow that's sold out. So he took a poll to switch it to Friday or to Sunday. And the poll looked like Sunday was going to win, but Machado changed it to Friday. And I'm guessing he did that when he looked at people voting. He noticed that a lot of the locals were voting Friday, and a lot of the people from Cape Coral or maybe out of town were voting for Sunday. So then some of the people in the Cape Coral community got mad because some of them took like 2 days off of work and got really upset and saying BS when the announcement came out that would be today at 7 p.m., which happened, and then Sunday around 2 or 3, limiting one box per person and one pre-release per person, and stuff like that. And so and there was a lot of comments in the poll thread. A lot of the Cape Coral people were heated and stuff like that. So then Machado made, Sunday and Friday both days instead of just Friday and stuff like that. But my question to you guys is, since they couldn't have a pre-release tournament, but they can at their store buy limit two per person, 2 boxes at $90, no starter decks. So it's like they do will have product, but I'm guessing they want the Pokemon promo. Do you think it's right that people from another community, I understand that they took off work, so maybe that's part of the frustration. Do you think they have any rights to complain when they heading 3 hours to another store to help support and the event down there and stuff like that, or to voice their opinions or have some say when it is not technically their community? I'll start with you, Noel.
Well, so everyone has a right to say whatever's on their mind. That's what this whole country is about. Freedom of speech. But in terms of having a say, I would say no. Yeah, it blows that they had taken 2 days off and then they almost got screwed out of it. But like, that's not that's not our problem, or that's not your community's problem. I should say, because I'm not part of that community anymore. That's not your community's
I
problem
mean,
anymore.
you're always part of the Miami crew. You're one of us. So you're just not here right now. But keep
Uh,
going.
but yeah, like that's not our problem, dude. That's not our problem that you can't get your locals to support pre-releases. If you want pre-releases, push hard as hell to get pre-releases. Get
Well,
them.
I mean, the store owner made a post on a Facebook group stating that he just wasn't going to do he has the kits and everything, I guess, for next week or whatever. He just didn't want to do a tournament for it or something like that.
Hmm. So what is
So
he? What is the owner saying that is he gonna somehow figure out a way to get people those tournament kits in their hands, or what?
I guess so. I'm not sure. The post really didn't go in detail. It was asked, "Hey, are you doing the pre-release tournament to get the Pokemon and all that?" And he said, "No." That's all he said. So
Well,
I'm
then
assuming since he
then
works
they
with the
then
community and he does his best for them, I'm assuming he's going to do
and
something where he
well,
can
then
throw
instead
them
of
in.
coming in and trying to have a say in someone else's community, they should go and fix their community. Stop fucking around with other people's communities and focus on your own shit, bro. Fuck off.
Interesting. Was not expecting that. Well, I mean, you said that in Utah for Dragon Ball there was a similar situation that would arise.
Yeah.
Um, so talk about that. So expand. So like it's like like we're not trying. I'm just gauging your opinion. But since you went through it, if you could walk the people listening through what you went through,
Well,
um,
so I personally didn't experience it in terms of like a part of it. But so like whenever we would have a store tournament for when set 10 first came out,
hmm
all the Salt Lake people, or not all the Salt Lake people from outside of the community, people that lived south of where I'm from, like 50 miles south from where I'm from, or from where I live, I should say,
hmm
would come and enter the tournament. Like, yeah, yeah, no problem. They would they would try to have a say and stuff like that. Like, um, and like when the tournament should be and stuff like that, it's like you're not part of this community, and so then they would come in and make basically, my community was upset that they would come in and participate in the tournament and make it harder for us to get our promos to win our promos. But then when they tried to do the same, when our company tried to do the same thing, go down there to try to get promos, because they would get screwed out of promos because the people from South would come up here and make more entries and stuff like that. From what I've been told, this is the part that I have not experienced myself. From what I've been told, some of the stores over there did not allow people from our community to enter those tournaments, and those tournaments were like 8-man tournaments. And so
So eight
the
man pot.
yeah, no, like just straight. It was just like the whole tournament was just an 8-man tournament. And
Okay.
so they were upset because it's supposed, like, for our community it would only be because the Dragon Ball scene over here is stronger around where I live, so we get like 18 people minimum for a tournament
Okay.
over there in end zone. And so my community would get upset because they would come in with like an extra 15 to 20 people. And so then it would make it harder for us to get promos. But then when we go down over there to their 8-man tournaments, um some of the store owners over there didn't let them enter. Or they would
Mm.
or they would convince the store owner to get them to not let them enter. So then we would completely get screwed out of promos. I did not experience that part because I'm not driving my happy ass all the way down there. Too much of a long drive. And yeah, and also I always I mostly top most of the time, so I really didn't care. I always got my promos.
Okay. It was interesting to see that they were voicing their displeasure and how animated some of them got. I mean, I completely understand if you miss work and stuff like that, and I think anybody would be peeved. But I thought it was I've never seen that before. I mean, yeah, some people would just take the L, but seeing that it's a different community, it's kind of like weird. Yeah, Machado has to accommodate, basically the state of Florida because we all know pro play probably gets a larger quantity of the product more than a lot of the stores in the state. And it's great to accommodate as much as you can. And even he didn't even get that much of it, to be honest. I heard just now that they're sold out of the pre-release stuff, actually. And so it's just interesting seeing them give their opinions and stuff like that. And but is it okay? Is really what I'm trying to gauge at. Kevin, what do you think? I mean, you're all about community and enjoying TCGs together, bringing communities together. What do you think? That Machado set stuff aside for them. Made 2 days, try to accommodate everybody. What do you think?
So I do agree with Noel. The distributors from their area should help provide them so that they can be prepared for their TCG, so like their any kind of TCG uh, pre-orders and pre-releases is to happen so that they don't have to come all the way to like the areas that they want to be trying to go to obtain the cards they've been getting it. However, I'm not gonna full on side with these guys because they have no right to say, oh, we walked like, oh, we want this, we were from this, we were supporting blah blah, because I'm not gonna go full on with it, but I am going to agree with a little thing. See, if you mentioned that Machado had a poll and he made a mistake because he forgot about the community, which one, that's his first fault because he didn't remember because he probably didn't notice the schedule. He probably was preoccupied with some orders backed up or anything, whatever the hell was going on with him, personal reasons. Um, he did make a fair poll at least, posting the saying that yes, we're going to remove it to a different day, so you can choose Friday or Sunday, whatever the day was, guys. That was the day. It was if Friday was the winning poll, Friday was the winning poll, and there was nothing you can do. And you're gonna have to understand that. And yeah, you have a little right to be mad about it, but at the same time, if you made the poll and it was a fair
Well,
poll,
I
voted.
mean, Sunday did technically have more votes.
No, I know, but I'm saying an
So
example. An
I'm
example.
just I'm gonna cut in real quick. I want to make something very clear. This is 100% the store owner's fault. The Whoever the store owner is in Cape Coral, that is his fault. Don't advertise that you're gonna have a pre-release and get the tournament kits and then not want to do a tournament. That's the whole point of a pre-release.
Fair enough. But the moment that Machado decided, you know what, we're just gonna do it Friday, that's when you made the mistake, and that's when you got 100 people really frustrated with you, and I can't blame him for that because if we were in this situation, guys, if we were prepared and we had days off in a weekend, and it doesn't matter if we lived in Cape Coral, we lived still here in Candle, Bird Row, Cutler Bay, whatever it was, right?
Naples,
Naples,
Homestead, where.
whichever you are, and you were going to go to this event, and you're going to meet up your friends, you were prepared for this event, you saved all your money, you were prepared for whatever day it is. If they had to change it, but you're still prepared to go to that Sunday, let's say for example, because you probably not have to do the Friday, but that Sunday, and Sunday was the winning vote, but Machado was the one who said, "No, we're just going to do it Friday." That is actually 100% his fault because he did not commit with his own poll. He didn't commit to keep his word. That pissed off a lot of people, and I can't argue with that because in that situation they were prepared to go and just get ready for the pre-release. But instead, you already said, "You know what, forget it. We're just going to do it Friday. Sunday we'll just do something else." If you have the backup cars, then that's whatever, then fine, whatever. But you know what? Still, you've already pissed up a lot of people. You've already gone ahead and just started like getting a lot of negativity from all the communities from probably in their discourse, and you're probably getting negative feedback. And that also is going to hurt your store too, because you have to understand that if you're committed with one promise, don't break it, because it's not just bad for you, it's also going to be bad for your store, and a lot of people are going to have a lot of complaints, and it's going to cause a lot of issues, and I understand that they don't live that close, so they don't have the word. I fully understand that, but still, don't just get ahead of yourself. You need to learn your mistakes, and now Machado better learn this too, because if not, he's gonna do the same shit over again. It's gonna be bad, and it's gonna have a lot of heat with not just him, but it's also gonna have a lot of heat with the store as well. And
I mean, yeah, and it should have never happened to begin with. It's all the Cape Coral's owner's fault. So,
exactly, yeah,
Well, I mean, as somebody that would walk in, like, I'm in between both, I will, once in a blue moon, go to that store and buy product, for Digimon.
yeah, I sympathize with the Cape Coral community, but they have no business messing with someone else's community.
Like if I went to the store, right, and let's say they realize, I mean, I'm sure they know who I am, and they know I'm a PPG local. And but what they don't know is I don't live there. I dorm there, and I live in Naples in the summer when I'm not in school. So let's say I went to their community and I bought product, because maybe I wanted to, and I did think about it. But David got so much of it that it became a moot point. What if I went in there and they told me I couldn't buy product? Because like they got upset that like Machado did them dirty or whatever. Like, could I expect that retaliation? I mean, I'm not sure. I don't think so. And I think I've seen a lot of reviews about their store owner. He gets a lot of good reviews. He talks to the community. Does everything right. It just let me scratching my head that they didn't get a pre-release event when, if he does Dragon Ball Super, you know that you get pre-release events and you get this stuff and you need to do it accordingly. They're
Uh,
sneaky.
uh, Again, if don't advertise that you're getting pre-release product and then not have a pre-release event. That's stupid.
It can be counterintuitive, yeah. So like, I just wouldn't want to walk into their community at this time where some feelings are hurt or strained, and I wouldn't want them to be like, nah, he's from over there. We shouldn't sell him anything, whatever. I'm not sure that they would do that to me, but I,
I
I
mean,
was kind of cautious about
for
that.
me, it would kind of leave like a little bad taste in my mouth at first, but then if you get the cards set up, you're just like, you know what, I'll just get the cards next week. You'd be hurt, but you move on. But the only difference is that they live somewhere far away, that they don't have any of those stores to provide that stuff, while we're the ones who live near the area
Yeah,
of the
they
stores.
only have cool comics and gaming or cards out in Cape Coral. And there's another store Digimon store listed. I think it's listed in Marco Island. And having been to Marco Island, since it's not a far away from where my mom lives in Naples, I haven't seen it. So if they only have that one store, and that's like 50 minutes away from me to an hour drive away.
Um,
So I'm closer to the both stores than them. They have to travel apparently 3 hours. From my Naples destination, it takes me an hour, 20 minutes, hour 30 minutes to get to Miami through US 41. So I mean, I understand if they have to travel longer, maybe they're taking the turnpike and all that. And I mean, both store owners are trying to do the best for their communities and stuff like that. And Machado's most definitely trying to do the best job that he can for the whole Florida community because they know that he provides the best Digimon tournaments, the best Digimon locals. You know, no, he did not pay me the Patreon fees and all that to say that. I truly believe, we have one of the best Digimon locals in the nation right now. And knowing that he gets a lot of product, I would assume people will come out of town because he's going to have it and people want the cards. But I do agree with you, Kevin, that, Machado, forgetting that didn't help him. And while he's trying to do everything that he can because he's got it all on his plate, he was being crucified for making changes and trying to accommodate everybody. He even, set his stuff aside and they still kind of crucified him. I guess he knows he can't really win,
I mean, he
but
has
he is.
a ton of people
Again,
in his
it's not his
yeah, we
fault.
know.
It's
um
all the Cape Coral's owner's fault. Whatever his name is, I don't know.
I
He
mean,
I mean,
you have an amazing store owner in Jamie out in a Game Grid, I believe. So,
Oh yeah, he's the best, man.
um
I mean, it's like, shout out to you all in Utah. Shout out to Cool Comics and Cards or Gaming out in Cape Coral. Shout out to PPG. Shout out to Cool Stuff Miami. Probably Hollywood because it's cool stuff and all that franchise. For carrying the Digimon TCG and trying to give us the best that they can.
Um,
But,
I was gonna say
you
like
know,
Machado had a lot of people working there, and I know he has all his best workers that I know since the store opened a few years ago. He could have just had a couple of their guys, maybe his assistants, could have just helped him like, hey, do we have something scheduled ahead just in case before we prepare the pre-releases of blah blah blah. And so like he needs, but like I said, he needs to keep a schedule, like a black book, so he,
I mean, there's been a lot of turnaround in that store lately.
yeah, but he could always
Like,
have his friends to help him out and says, hey, I need your help. I'm trying to prepare this thing. Let's work this way so we don't make a mess.
so
Um,
their store is going overturned and stuff like that, and he's trying his best. But anyway,
yeah. I guess the last thing I want to say is that I wanted to give my side of the story with like how I went with the community was kind of weird. Where years back in the Rock Game Shop, during the time when I was still playing Yu-Gi-Oh, there was a pre-release set for the Shadow Specters. This is before pendulums and everything. So years back, I was supposed to go over get ready for my little cousin's birthday party. I was going to go to Homestead. My mom wouldn't let me go, but I told her I just need to go and get the cards and that's it. Bad timing though. Chris of the Rock Game Shop made one fatal mistake, and he had a Magic the Gathering tournament in the middle of this thing, and a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh players were ready to get the pre-release done, but they were still in the middle of a Magic tournament. And normally, I don't care if they do the tournament, but don't do the tournament in the middle of a pre-release because a lot of guys like me had to get ready to go somewhere, and this kind of like ruined my day because I never got to get to buy out the pre-release. I never even got to buy any of the cards from that set anyway until the next set. And
Get cooked.
yeah, I got caught for real. I'm not even joking. My mom literally had to wait for me, and I couldn't wait long. Sadly enough, I got this one player. I don't even know if this was Shahid or some other dude, but he kept bothering me saying, "Yo, why don't you give me the $20 and I'll go ahead and buy the previous." I go, "Because you're not buying." I go, "Why would I want to give you the $20 and I just want to get the previous? I can't even get the previous myself. What the fuck do I want to spend my $20 and give it to you?" But Noel has every right to cut me out for everything. He has every right to share me what I'm about to say. Sadly enough, I gave that motherfucker the $20.
Whoa! I'm hella triggered.
Yeah. And it pissed me off because Chris was stupid enough to not think about that. Just do the pre-release in the middle of a tournament. It's not a big deal. You can multitask a bit. I mean, the tournament is separate. Magic is separate. But why would you have this more focused on than your little pre-release you had on Yu-Gi-Oh? Like, I don't know if this tournament was continuing on from the day before, or you couldn't just wait till after the pre-release was over. No, instead, we come to the store early in the afternoon when they open, and all of a sudden I still see a bunch of Magic Gathering players playing a tournament, and then no pre-release, and by the time it finally starts, I had to fucking go. In the end, I went to the party, it was okay, I wasn't having fun anyway, I was more salty at that fact I never got my fucking pre-releases. So, in the end, what a disappointment that was. But it goes to show you that some card game community locals where you have the owners of those not of the card shops not really prepared to do much pre-releases if they can't find the time or they can't find the perfect schedule or know the right moment when to give it out. And it doesn't matter if you're in the middle of a tournament, guys. If you're setting up a pre-release, have some of your other top guys that work there, your best employees, to do the pre-releases themselves, especially the judges, so that they can do the pre-releases while you can stay focused in Magic. Since I know Chris was literally a 100% Magic player, and hardly gave a shit about Yu-Gi-Oh, so you could have just had Plu to do the job, and then Plu could have just gone ahead and did the fucking Yu-Gi-Oh thing. I don't know if Plu was working at the time, but he could done the pre-release. I got my cards, I got my packs, wherever the fuck I got it, and I would have gone to the party, and then
They don't have a clue at the front desk at PPG. He would sell so much freaking Yu-Gi-Oh shit.
he was the best Yu-Gi-Oh seller in there. He literally would be on the ball and he'll give you the best deals when Chris was not around. And I like Plu about that. Even though sometimes I do get on his nerves sometimes. I have no beef with him. And I'm glad because I respect Plu. I have full respect with Plu. But when I saw him in PBG the last time, and every time I went to the store, I literally saw a dead man walking. He was very sad, you know, and I really respect Pulu, and I'm actually happy that he got out PBG. Right now, he's working with Chris, as I heard, so, but, you know, he didn't have good relations with Chris, so at least the two of them are doing something, since Chris is doing card game sales at his house, so that's something. I'm not a fan of Chris, but I'm a huge major fan of Plu, so as long as Plu's happy, I'm a little bit happy, so that's fine. But yeah, guys, this was pretty good. It was a really good episode. I'm glad we got to talk about everything we got to hear. All right. Well, anyway, guys, this is an excellent episode. It was great to have Noel back for the first time in months since we were in the hiatus.
Pausing another disclaimer episode, what she's good at.
Yeah, that's pretty much what he does, but at least he wasn't very disclaimish today. And usually in our episodes, we're not that disclaimish. We're allowed to say, you know, fuck, shit,
My dick, bitch.
all that stuff. We just hope that, you know, Noel keeps his profanity in a certain limit time. We allow him to say what the hell he wants.
Alright.
But yes, guys, it's been great to see having Noel back. It's great to have, you know, all the stories we got to hear and all the talks about it. In your situation, do you really think Vanguard and Digimon, which one of you guys in the communities or seen the card games before, is better, and which one is the best in the TCG? What are your thoughts on that? And I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. I also want to thank Gio for all the information he provides for us with the show.
Yeah, you're good, Kevin. You're good.
Yeah,
I'm always happy to be here, buddy. Just looking at something real quick.
it's not like you do anyway. And we are glad to have Noel back. Thanks for coming back to the show, dude.
No problem.
And we hope
Need a disclaimer video? Just holla at me.
to see you again next week's episode. So with that, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode of the podcast. So give this video a like, comment what you think about any of the suggestions we talked about in today's topics. Share this to your friends. Subscribe if you're new. Click that little notification bell thing, because why not? Who doesn't want to hear all of our crazy banters and everything? And with that, guys, I would say, because I gotta say this properly because I do tend to botch this a lot, I would say adieu, farewell, au revoir. Y'all have a good night, mwah, and goodbye, bang. This is Fortress Striker, signing off.